Now, the title and the thumbnail of this video probably is a little bit confusing for a lot of you. Now, first up, before you guys make any judgments, whether you dislike or like the video, I don't know, put a comment or some hate or something, I just want to say, Arsenal fans, I'm with you for this episode, okay? I'm basically an Arsenal fan for this video. I don't want to see anything in this video happen. I just want to make that very clear before we get into the video. I don't want to see anything in this video happen, alright? Whether it will or already has, I don't want to see any of it happen. So usually I do like confirm transfer episode on Wednesdays and stuff, but obviously we're at the transfer window right now, so I was going to do a rumour one, but I thought I'd make it a bit of an interesting one today and focus on Arsenal, right? Focus on the players leaving Arsenal. Now, we all know it's a sticky situation in the minute. The form is pretty downhill. Obviously, everyone wants Wenger out, so that's pretty clear at the minute. It doesn't help when you've got stuff like Sanchez laughing on the bench and stuff. That really doesn't help the situation, and rumours have been falling out with people in like training grounds and stuff. Oh, by the way, if you guys want me to do like biggest like training ground fallouts or whatever as the next video, drop a like and thumbs up down below. I'll probably do that for you. So I don't want any of this to happen in this video, right? Because we're going to take a look at players today that could be leaving Arsenal at the end of the season or whatever due to certain, circumstances, whatever, when Wenger stays or goes. We don't really know the ins and outs yet. Now, we've already mentioned it, haven't we? So let's take a look at Sanchez and what his situation is. Of course, he was laughing the other day. He was laughing on the bench the other day. He was obviously rumoured to have fallen out with people in the playground, in the training ground. He has not long left on his contract. He's refusing to sign a new one, I believe, at the minute, or the deal's not right, or he's waiting to see if Wenger stays or goes. We don't really know the inside scoop behind that. But what we do know is there's rumours he could be going to Juventus or PSG, okay? They're the next teams that are interested in him. Obviously, they want to sign him. That really sounded a bit odd then. And I've actually put Juventus on the card because I think that's the one that he's maybe most likely to go to. He's been to Italy before. He knows the league. He knows the country and stuff. And I'm guessing he really enjoyed his time there. So that's probably the most likely one at PSG, maybe. I don't really know. Now, newspaper reports are saying that obviously Sanchez will almost definitely leave in the summer, alright? He's not going to stay regardless of Wenger signing a new contract, regardless of Wenger leaving. He's not going to stay regardless. That's what it's looking like. Now, another one of their top players rumoured to be going is Ozil. This is a very interesting, very strange one, actually. Now, he's actually rumoured, okay, to be going to Barcelona. That's right. Bit strange considering he was at Real Madrid before. Would he go to Barcelona? I don't know. But anyway, according to this newspaper, Barcelona inquire over Arsenal star. Arsene Wenger is desperate to tie down the playmaker down to a new contract with his current deal set to expire in the summer of 2018. But apparently, Ozil's waiting to see what happens to Wenger. Okay, he's actually waiting to see what that happens to Wenger, whether he stays or goes. So that's a big situation there. Because if Wenger goes, they're going to arguably lose their best player. Obviously, they could lose Sanchez as well. So two of their best players. So if Wenger goes, which all the fans want, they're going to lose all these good players as well. So what do they actually really want if that all happens? I don't want Wenger to go if all these players are going to leave the league, alright? Because I want these players in the Premier League. I want Sanchez in the Premier League. As a fan of football and as a fan of the Premier League, I want these players to stay in the league. Now, if Wenger goes, of course, there is a big risk of all these players leaving, of course. Now, this is the whole beauty of this episode. We're going to take a look at all the players rumoured to be leaving Arsenal in this transfer window and obviously going abroad, mostly. Mainly of them are going abroad, I believe. Now, these are rumours, of course, but Ozil is actually Gunner's top earner of wages, £180,000 a week, but he wants a rise, alright? He wants at least £250,000 a week, according to reports. So there's a couple of key factors in here for Ozil, of course, is whether obviously Wenger stays, and of course, if they want to pay him the £250,000. It's a bit of a tricky one. Now, Barcelona apparently are keeping tabs on him. They've made inquiries, of course. I think that's very, very strange considering, of course, that he was at Real Madrid before. So will he do that to obviously Real Madrid and his obviously current Real Madrid fans? I'm sure he still has quite a lot of them. Will he still do that? Because I don't really know, because there's a rumour that another player from Arsenal is going to be leaving in the summer, and actually it's Hector Bellerin, alright? Hector Bellerin could be going to Barcelona as well, but this one's not a surprise to anyone. We've been hearing about this for a while. Now, I believe that obviously Barcelona sent scouts to watch Hector Bellerin the other day, of course. Now, Hector Bellerin open to Barcelona move if Wenger leaves in the summer. This is the exact same story as Ozil. So if the Arsenal manager goes, we've got another, potentially one of the best right backs in the league and potentially one of the best right backs in the future, in the whole world or whatever, if you like. If Wenger goes, then we could see that guy leave the Premier League as well and go to La Liga. So La Liga club step up moves to sign former youth product. If you guys are unaware, he used to be there before, back in his younger days. And of course, Bellerin would consider offer if Wenger does not sign a fresh deal. Exactly what we're talking about in this video. Hector Bellerin would consider an offer from Barcelona in the summer if Arsene Wenger was to leave Arsenal. The Spanish right back has emerged as a prime target apparently for Barcelona in the summer. A prime target, not Ozil. He's not the prime. Bellerin is. But I guess they could do a new double deal or whatever. I guess they could. But anyway, Bellerin signed a 6.5-year deal with Arsenal in November. But everyone knows these days contracts basically mean nothing. There's no no real loyalty behind them, I suppose. It just means that Arsenal can get good money for Bellerin because obviously he's still tied down for loads of years. He's on a 6.5-year deal, which is huge, just like unheard of. Not really that unheard of, but 6.5-year deals don't happen every day. Apparently Man City tried to sign him last summer, but that didn't happen. So yes, could we see another player like Bellerin leave the Premier League? That would be a shame. That would be a shame. Next up, we got a player who's not happy with the amount of minutes actually he's getting at Arsenal. So we've got players that are playing like Ozil, Bellerin, Sanchez that are playing and still unhappy. But next up, we've got players that are not happy because they're not playing. And David Ospina is one of them. Yes, he conceded the 5 yesterday. Yes, he's conceded a lot of goals and he has played, but he's still not a bad keeper, not a bad backup keeper. Like Alexis Sanchez, the 28-year-old has become frustrated at Arsenal and could depart in the next transfer window. Apparently, according to this is from the 7th of March, so yesterday, the keeper is yet to make a league appearance this season, is behind Petr Cech in the pecking order, and has had to settle with just competing in cup competitions. And what he has done, mate, he's conceded 5, man. It's just not gone well. Now, believe it or not, apparently Besiktas were the club that are previously interested in him, so they could obviously renew their interest this summer and sign him again. I say again, not really again, is it? With Petr Cech getting older, of course, and Ospina potentially leaving, Arsenal are going to have to sign goalkeepers. They're going to have to sign goalkeepers, maybe even 2 of them at this rate. I don't really know. So it's a bit crazy. Best players leaving, both goalkeepers. I mean, Petr Cech might sign another one and might play on for another year or 2 or whatever, but they're going to have to sign a goalkeeper because you need 2 goalkeepers, maybe even 3 goalkeepers in teams, but I don't know if the youth ones are ready to step up yet. I don't really know that. I'm not going to come out and comment. And the last but not least is another footballer from Arsenal. Okay, so we are featuring 5 players that could potentially be leaving Arsenal in the summer. So a lot of these depend on Wenger, man. And I don't actually want Wenger to go if all these players are going to go. I'm not an Arsenal fan, but I still don't want to see this. Now, Kieran Gibbs is the one rumoured to be going to West Ham, I believe. They have shown a little bit of interest in this guy. On the 28th of February, this article obviously came out and said that West Ham linked Kieran Gibbs needs a fresh start, okay? He needs a fresh start with Arsenal targeting, Kurzawa. So obviously, if Arsenal do come out and sign that left back, Kieran Gibbs is going to move on, and West Ham have been rumoured to be trying to get this guy for a season or 2 now. I'm not, maybe wrong there. Apparently in August, Arsenal actually rejected a loan move for him, alright? So someone tried to sign him on loan. I think it may have been West Ham, it doesn't really say here, and obviously they rejected that. Obviously Monreal's kept Gibbs at the team as well, so Gibbs a little bit unhappy with obviously the playing time, same as Ospina. We featured it really in a weird way. First 3 players, super important to Arsenal Football Club, okay? Really important for the future as well, and obviously their best players are really important. And then we got Ospina, and then we got Kieran Gibbs. So it's a very weird episode, a very interesting one I've made here today. Now, if you guys want to see the best training ground bust-ups, the biggest training ground bust-ups video on my YouTube channel, drop a like and a thumbs up down below. I can bring you guys that video potentially tomorrow. I don't want this to happen. I don't want Arsene Wenger to leave. I don't want Arsenal to fall down, I want them to still be a big club, and I want these players to stay in the Premier League. That's what I want. I'm not even an Arsenal fan, and that's what I want. But anyway, guys, take it easy. Hope you have a good day. Arsenal fans, I'm sure it will get better. Do not worry. I'm sure it will. Take it easy. Peace.